Okay, so we were enjoying doing Halloween tags so much that we went ahead and Raz here went and searched for some, and she found a bunch of spooky questions, Halloween related questions on Tumblr.
It's my new addiction.
Yes, so like I said earlier, if you haven't seen the videos, this is Raz and Chris over here. Okay, first question, favorite horror or Halloween themed song? And we were talking about this, and we had thought that we had already answered this question.
But then we kind of
video.
Yeah, but it's worded differently, so I feel like we can have a different answer.
You can embellish with it a little bit.
Yes.
We're talking about theme songs here.
Like the scores.
Yes.
Not
Okay.
necessarily the soundtrack.
So go ahead.
I'm going with Nightmare Before Christmas score because like it's like cutesy. You can have it playing in the background at a party,
Yeah.
and yeah, you could. You totally could.
I think we've done that before.
Yeah, you have. So there you go.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to say either for me it's a toss up between Halloween or The Exorcist. I never really was that big into Halloween, the movie. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Halloween. I was never really big into Halloween, but I really enjoy the theme song for it. But I really feel like The Exorcist really sticks in my head. The theme song to The Exorcist. So that's my answer.
Sticks in your head.
Yeah, I think I agree with that as well. I really like the Halloween score as well as the Exorcist score. You walk into a Halloween store and that's what you hear, and it just feels like Halloween. Number 2, name something you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or in an abandoned building. I feel like that's 2 questions in one.
It kind of is.
So,
Yeah.
what would you not want to run into in a dark forest?
Werewolf.
That was my instinctive answer too. A
Totally.
werewolf.
I will take a ghost or something, but werewolf, no, I know I'm screwed if I come across a werewolf.
The Creeper from Jeepers Creepers.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, good one. Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, what about an abandoned building? What do you not want to run into? Crazy person.
I feel like that. But I feel like I have a better shot against just a crazy person because you could kill them.
Yeah. True.
There you go. Unless it's
Yeah,
Michael
because
Myers.
crazy person is just a person crazy.
There you
Well, what would you not want to run into in an abandoned building then?
go. Asbestos.
Okay.
Asbestos.
What I would not like to run into in an abandoned building. I don't know.
Okay. Abandoned building. What would you not want to run into?
What I wouldn't want to run into in an abandoned building is xenomorph considered horror?
Yeah. Horror, sci-fi, horror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
xenomorph.
Okay, I
It
can see
works.
that.
Yeah.
Number 3. Have you ever played with a Ouija board?
No. And
No.
I do not intend
Well, technically, no, but me and my stepbrother Gilbert tried to make our own,
And nothing
You
happened.
guys-
and nothing happened.
to. You
Yes, we
have
don't.
some mental incapabilities I don't know of.
Poking the beehive.
Go poke the bear.
It's called batting the beehive.
Whatever.
I say
I'm half
poke,
asleep.
okay, I know don't poke the bear. He knows don't bat the beehive.
She knows half of each.
Is really good at putting things together. What'd you do?
The phone turned
You
off.
shut off the screen. Christina, stop touching
I didn't
the screen.
touch anything. I swear to God.
God dang it.
I'm like Alan Grant. I didn't touch
Technology.
anything, Rachel. It just turned to sleep on me or some shit.
It turned to sleep.
It turned to sleep. Here, wait.
Okay, number 4. Favorite horror monster or villain?
Ooh, favorite?
There's too many.
There's a lot. Favorite? No, I feel like Swamp Thing doesn't get enough love.
I love Swamp Thing.
I don't
He's
know
not
why.
my favorite though.
He's my favorite because I feel like he's like the unsung monster almost.
Favorite horror villain? I don't know, man.
The Creeper. Jeepers Creeper.
I think my all-time favorite out of all of it, and there's so much, Dracula.
Dracula.
can't. I feel like you can't go wrong with Dracula.
I don't want to use that one because that would have been the one I would have said. I don't want to use that one because I used it for the last video. My favorite horror villain, horror bad guy. If you can consider Bram Stoker's Dracula a horror.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah. Like
it's
whenever
so beautiful,
you.
though.
It is.
It's romantic.
I know.
It's a love story.
Dude, that's
to
how I
me.
feel.
It's a love story to me. So.
That's how I feel about Crimson Peak. People are categorizing it as horror and like a ghost story, and I feel like it's too beautiful to be considered that.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Gary Oldman from Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I probably would say The Creeper, but I also really like The Thing too.
Oh yeah.
So creepy.
Which is technically The Blob.
Thing is different from The Blob.
Really, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
See, she knows better than me.
You know better than me.
Anyway, the creepiest thing that's ever happened to you while you were alone.
Oh, I've got a couple.
Oh, I don't have enough tape for this.
Choose the creepiest one.
Oh man. Oh god. I feel like they all make me sound like I have
Deep-seated
a mental
problems.
no, a mental mental.
Well, I'm actually curious to hear this myself now.
This is a good one.
Spit
If
it
you
out.
guys have any stories that are creepy that have happened to you, please leave them in the comments. We want to hear yours too.
Yes.
So I know what your story is.
And maybe we could possibly share them if they're.
Yeah, if you want us
Yeah.
to share
If you
them.
guys
If
want.
you are cool with that, and if you would like either one of us to like read it specifically,
Yeah,
let
that'd be
us
cool.
know. Who's gonna go first? on
Creepiest
this?
thing that has ever happened to you when you were alone. I think you should go first.
Go first.
Okay. Well, this specific thing that happened to me happened actually twice, but it was the same type of incident.
Damn
Damn
it!
it! He's gonna knock over the
My
tripod.
cat is being a troll right now. Okay,
So
we're done.
We're back.
this specific, I don't want to say story, incident happened to me twice. Once when I was by myself, and the other time with my brother. So I actually have somebody that was there that saw the same thing as I did. What happened was I was home alone. I don't remember if it was like summer vacation or something, but it had to have been because I was home during the day and my mom was at work. And usually that means Anyway, so I'm sitting there. I don't remember if I'm playing Nintendo or if I'm watching TV, but I was in this general area, and the kitchen was off to the side. But anyway, so I'm sitting there, and I swear I feel this presence or this like. There's something in the room with me or something, and it comes from my mom's room, walks down to the hallway, and goes into the fridge. You know the sound that the fridge makes when you pull it open. You
Yes,
can hear the magnets.
Yes.
I heard that distinct noise. And the weird thing about it was the black, shadowy figure. The feeling I got was my mom. Okay, and that was the first time. Second time, me and my brother Xavier were home. Same situation. It was during the day. She was at work. My mom's boyfriend at the time was somewhere else. We were home. Me and my brother were home alone during the day. I'm pretty sure they're just both at work. And same thing happened. This was a different apartment this time though.
Oh.
Same thing happened. Black shadowy figure that looked like my mom, or it made me feel the presence of my mom. Went from the room. Went down the hallway and went to the fridge.
This is like a thirsty ghost. Or really hungry. Like what the?
It didn't scare me.
Yeah.
Because I felt my mom.
Your mom. Yeah.
But my mom's alive. And and I don't know. It was just really, really weird. Didn't scare me.
I don't feel
but
like
it was
that was the
freaky.
creepiest thing that happened to you.
The creepiest thing? Oh, okay.
Well, that's the whole point of this. Is the creepiest thing that's happened to you.
That's pretty freaking creepy.
No, it is. It is pretty creepy, especially considering
I know
that
which
it
one she's
happened
talking
in two
about.
different
Okay,
ones.
I guess I get a second one.
Okay.
So this one was a little bit later on in past. Okay, how old was I? Probably like 27 or something. This was already past when I was a kid and everything. I was with my buddy Billy, and it was around like maybe 3 or 4 in the morning, and we had just got done hanging out with some friends at another
always at
house
3 or 4 in the morning.
Tulare or something. So we're driving along. I don't remember the exact street it was in Visalia. we're driving along, and we get to this intersection, and it's there's two churches right across from each other, like they battle each other or something. But this intersection, there's nobody at the intersection but us, and I look off to my right, and I see this chick, like in like these tiny, what look like tiny boxer shorts, and like this like a wife beater, and her hair looks all like weird. It's got like this.
What's weird? Tell us.
Huh?
What's weird?
Her hair just looks like stringy, wet, like you don't.
Crackhead.
Anyway, no. So she's got this phone, not a cell phone, it's like a house phone, and she's clutching it like this, and she's in this golem position, huddled at the edge of the corner, right by the street lamp, you know, right at the edge of the corner. And as we go by, she just gives us this look.
Oh.
But the weird thing about it is, I get chilled to my core. You know, I mean, it's just this chick on the corner of the road with the phone in her hand, but I get chilled to my core. And I look at Billy, and he's freaked out, and we both were like, what the fuck? And I swear to God, she looked at both of us at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense, but he said he felt like she was looking straight into his eyes, and I felt the same thing. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure...
Wait, what happened? Did you guys just drive off?
Oh, we fucked driving. 3 o'clock in the morning, some crazy ass chick on the side of the road with the phone. Nah.
No.
But then we thought about it later on. I was like, dude, what if something bad happened? But she had the phone right there. She could call 911, I guess. So yeah, that was mine.
Okay. I'm gonna go with this one time when I was a kid, and we were staying in.
You were a kid?
Yeah. Believe it or not. I used to be a kid. Anywho, so this is when we lived down south. My mom had a cousin who lived like outside of Pasadena. It wasn't exactly Pasadena. Anyway, we were visiting her for the weekend, and we were sleeping. I slept in the spare room that she had.
The spare room?
The spare room, yes. And it was like this little dinky, like, she had like this. It was like an old school kind of like bar twin bed, like it just seemed kind of creepy. It had like the coily springs at the
school.
Bottom, yeah.
You get on it, it makes all
so
that
like
noise.
This, yeah, it's like a twin. Yeah, it's like a twin mattress and everything was like kind of creepy. So it was middle of the night. I don't sleep well at other people's houses. It's just a weird, like
I don't either.
Yeah,
Me neither.
I just don't.
I don't think anybody.
It doesn't matter how long I've known the person or whatever. I just don't sleep well at other people's
Unfamiliar
houses.
surroundings
Yeah,
will do that.
like in hotel rooms. No, forget it. Anywho, so it's middle of the night. I don't know what time it was. I didn't wear a watch. I was like 8. So I'm sleeping, and all of a sudden, I felt something sit on the mattress. And it was just like, it was weight, and like you heard the screams, like you heard the
hell
coils,
no.
like the, and I was like, I was turned facing the wall, and so this thing, you know, was on the other end to where
strategically.
Yeah, and so I didn't even bother turning or anything. I just like was like this, and I'm like, I'm not turning around because like I was 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old. I was not prepared for what I was going to see or was not going to see. So I just kind of like kept it to myself after. Like I just tried really hard to go to sleep after that, and I somehow did, like at some point. But I remember telling my mom about it the next day when we were on our way home, and she, you know, she just kind of thought I was being silly, and then she was like, "Oh, maybe it was like her cat or something." I was like, the door was shut and the cats were in the room.
That's a big ass
and
cat.
that had to have been like a giant cat. Because that was a lot of weight put
You're like, that
on
felt
the
like
mattress
an ass
to
on
make
a mattress.
It did. It really did.
That was some ghostly ass.
That's probably like one of the most prominent things from when I was a kid. So there was another time where I was at a friend's house and she just moved in. She'd only been there for like a few weeks, and I had like this really weird feeling about the house. Like kind of seemed like it was an older house. I knew that, but I don't know. It just seemed kind of off. And then. So at one point, we were there in the house by ourselves, of course, as this happens to teenagers at some point. So we were in the living room, and my stuff was in her room. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna run up. It was like cold or something, so I was gonna get something out of the room. So I go whatever up the stairs, and I'm in her room, and I'm like getting this, like the sweater or whatever out of my bag, and all of a sudden I heard her closet door open, and I'm like, and I thought maybe she was fucking with me. I was praying to God she was messing with me, and I turned around. There's nothing there, of course. And I'm like, great. And then, but the thing that came with the door opening was like, it was like this uneasiness. It wasn't just the fact that this door opened and I had no idea how it opened. It was that something kind of came out of the closet. And
was it R. Kelly?
Shut up! I'm so tired of you! Okay, no, it was not R. Kelly. I wish. Anyway,
You do not wish it was R. Kelly.
That would have been really scary.
I've heard
okay,
about
yeah, that would
his
have been way
antics.
scarier. Because then I would have asked my friend, what's R. Kelly doing in your closet? Anyway, so I just like, I was looking, sometimes whenever I get like really freaked out, I can't help but like have my eyes glued because I don't want to miss whatever it is. So I just like was watching just like this nothing space, but I just kept having like this overwhelming feeling of like I felt uncomfortable for one thing. It wasn't just scared. I was just like I felt out of place, and I felt like somebody was like right here, like really like just staring me down and stuff. So I kind of like pieced out of the room, and I like hustled downstairs and I asked my friend what had happened, and she was like, oh. So then she kind of got quiet for a minute, and I thought that was weird. Later in the night, she tells me that her parents got such a good deal on the house. And
That's how they all
I immediately,
start.
like my little light went off in my head. I'm like, what happened? And she said there was a suicide in the house.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, great. Thanks.
Yeah, think about it though. I mean, any house that has age to it's got to have some stories.
Oh, yeah. Of course. I mean, I love old houses. They're usually like, they're beautiful.
They're the
And they
best
can be.
I don't know. I've been thinking about it for a while, and there's quite a few things that have happened to me, but I don't really know which one to choose. So I probably go with right now with the one that happened to me when I was youngest, probably 7 or 8 as well. And I was laying in bed, and me and my brother were in the same room. We were having like a sleepover or something like that. And I woke up, it was probably early morning, like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I happened to glance over at the bedroom window, and there was a figure standing in the window, and it looked like a man. He was just standing there, and it really wasn't a clear figure, but it was more like just like a dark shadowy figure. You couldn't really tell the person was
Shadow
there.
people.
And it was like they kept peeking their head in and like ducking, like if they didn't want to be seen. And this was at a window where there were no like trees or anything like that, so it wasn't like a tree branch
Is
that was
this
moving.
the house?
In Delano.
Oh, in Delano.
And so yeah, and then I was just absolutely terrified. And my mom and dad's room was across the hallway, so I kind of wanted to call out to them or actually go across the hallway, but I was just like so afraid to move, and I didn't want to leave my brother in the room by himself either. And so I just continued to watch the figure move back and forth in the window, and then it stopped all of a sudden, and I was just paralyzed in my bed, and I was looking at the window, and the door happened to be open to the bedroom, so I was looking out the hallway too, and I saw something sort of slowly moving by the hallway door, and it looked like the same figure, and it looked like it happened to be in the house. So I was just, I'm getting chills talking about this.
Confirmed. Chills
If
confirmed.
anybody wants to write like movies or something based on this, let us know.
I just stayed there and I stayed awake the whole time, and I remember, I think I was even praying because I was so terrified. But I just stayed there until morning came, until my parents woke up, and everything was fine. But it was like a really creepy experience.
It never happened again.
Well, I've had different sort of experiences with a shadowy-like figure, but that was the only time
Where you were like,
I don't know, that was a really clear thought.
mm-hmm.
And I guess that was like one of the creepiest things that have ever happened to me. But there's been other things. Like when I lived in the apartment when I was going to college, a lot of things seemed to be happening in that apartment. One of my roommates said that my sink was just on full blast one time she went into the bathroom. Another thing is one of my other roommates that I had at that same apartment, different roommate, so she said she was getting tugged on in the bed, like she was being dragged out of her bed.
Oh,
And I told her, why didn't she wake me up? Because I would have, sat with her. And she was like, it was just enough comfort. It was just enough comfort to know that you were across the hallway. And I'm like, if that ever happens to you and you're terrified, I would
be like, oh no,
yeah,
I would have screamed.
someone was tugging on
that's
her
like some
feet.
paranormal
I was like,
activity shit.
No! Like I would have freaked out. Yeah.
Anyway,
We would have gotten kicked out because I would have screamed.
that never happened to me, but I did. I was taking a shower and I got like this impression, and it looked like the set of bottom teeth or something like that on the
It
inside
looked
of my
like
arm.
all the way around. Like
Yeah,
it looked like you could see a full bite.
Yeah.
I wish I could find that picture because I did snap a picture of it.
Yes.
I mean, I think
Did you show me that picture?
I must
You said you
have.
did.
I've
I
seen
sent it.
It was creepy. It was like it looked like a full set.
It was an old
Yeah.
phone.
Like the whole. Yeah, it was an old. You can
You
distinctly
could
see.
tell that there was like
the
this
shape of the mouth.
circular, like a bite.
And I wasn't really scared of that. It just kind of annoyed me. In all honesty, I was in the shower and I didn't want to get out of the shower, and I was like, really?
It happened while you were in the shower.
Because
Yeah.
you're just a G, like whatever.
And then-
just washing my hair.
And then there was
Got
another.
time for this shit.
Yeah, there was another time I was alone in the apartment. I was absolutely terrified as well. And I was sitting there, and my friend was at a party, or not my friend, my roommate was at a party, and
We're friends.
yeah, no, not that one. I wasn't friends with that one. There was another one I was kind of more friends with, I was hearing something in the kitchen, like, how you can distinctly hear drawers being pulled
Yeah.
out, and like you can hear someone rummaging around
Shuffling
in the kitchen.
yeah.
So I was hearing that, and I was hearing like pots and pans clattering, and I was like, what? I'm here by myself. And I was terrified because it's like, notorious for apartments in that area to be broken into. And then I was hearing something in the room across the hall from my room. And I was just like, someone's in the house. And I called my roommate, and she wasn't answering. And then I called my mom, and I was like, someone's in my apartment. I don't know what's going on.
And then, mind you, her mom is like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive away.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Roughly 2 hours. Yeah.
Away.
And
So, poor mom is probably like, what the father is probably getting like, robbed or
Murdered.
something.
yeah, I called her, and she's like, well, why don't you call the cops or someone else that you know around in that area and have them come by? And I'm like, I don't want to call anyone. I don't want to call anyone else.
Yep.
Damn
Damn
it.
We're here to take a break. Gambit.
Let me know.
Oh my god, my cat is such a troll.
He thought we were getting a little too scary, so he.
Yeah, no. So she ended up coming down.
Oh. No, you need to make this stop. Okay.
He wanted to be a part of the video, I guess.
He's got a personality.
He really does. He made sure his presence was known.
Yes.
I forgot what. So I basically sat in my room. I was just sitting on my bed, waiting for my mom to show up after her 2 hour drive. She ended up sleeping on the floor. No one was there, but I swear someone was there. I could hear them walking in the hallway. You know, you can hear the carpet, and I don't know. It was just absolutely terrifying. Sat with my bat in my room until she showed up. But she showed up, and then she had to go back to work in the morning. All the way back 2 hours.
Oh my god.
Leave early in the morning, but whatever.
That's love, right?
That's a good mom.
But yeah, lots of things happened to me in that apartment. Now that I'm thinking about it, like
that. You know, we're gonna have to like do like a whole other video.
I might have just covered it all.
Just talk about just the creepy shit that we've gone through.
Yeah.
These videos are gonna be long.
I feel like, yeah, we can talk about some of those other things that happened later, but it did involve like sort of sleep paralysis.
I used to get that
Hard
a lot.
words are hard.
Yeah, hard words are hard, yes.
Hard words are hard because of reasons.
So, and those all happened to me when I was kind of alone because people were either not with me or they were asleep, so unconscious. That counts, right?
Yeah.
Let's do number 6. If you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it?
I've done it unknowingly, not even on a
Yes.
dare.
I'm sure that apartment was haunted.
I would do it without being dared.
Could we be with friends? Because I could do it with these guys.
Yeah, same here. I was like, okay, now
I
is
wouldn't
it
really want to
alone?
be by myself.
Alone, I feel like I
get
would
money
trip
for
myself
it?
out more.
Would I get money
See,
for it?
yeah, but I feel like
Do we have Wi-Fi?
Do we have Wi-Fi? Otherwise, there's no. I refuse.
No, I
Because
feel
odds
like
are
if
I'll
I
just
was in
like
that
live stream
situation, if I was in that situation, I would probably not want to do it, but I would do it so I didn't bitch out.
I would prefer to have somebody with me, at least one other person. But I'm at the end of the day, like I'm like my brother over here, and be like if I had to do it by myself, I wouldn't like it, but I'd probably do it just so I can say I didn't bitch out.